Hey gang, Bronco Carl 92 here. So it's Saturday, August 3rd. It's another rainy day. I am still working on the Cummins project. I'm going to take this opportunity right now to do some work inside the house with the instrument cluster. So let me show you what I got. Okay, so what we got here is the cluster on the left here is my original gas cluster, and the cluster on the right here is the diesel cluster I got off of eBay. And I was originally just going to drop this one in, but I'm not really sure about the speedometer. So, and of course there's a little crack in the bezel here. So I figure what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the two and I'm going to make one. And while I'm at it, I'm going to put these white gauge faces on. So let me show you how I'm going to do that. So I basically took the two clusters apart over here and I swapped out the speedo heads. So that's the diesel speedo head and this is my original gas one. So I really did it for the mileage. I did notice between these two clusters that the diesel temperature gauge goes only to 230 degrees and the gas one goes to 260. So yeah, that's looks like a little bit of a difference. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to apply the white phases to the gauges. So let me get ready for that. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to give these gauges a little cleaning with some alcohol. Of course, it's a good idea if your hands are nice and clean. Basically, we're laying new gauge decals right over the old ones. Prindle. Alright, so the next thing to do is to peel the gauge face away and spray it with soapy water solution, which is basically a couple drops of baby shampoo and water. And then basically line them up over the old faces. Alright, on to the next one. So what I've done here to make sure that I'm totally lined up is I got this flashlight here and I'm just shining it down and making sure that I've got the face aligned properly. They recommend the instructions to actually have this thing connected to the car and have the lights on, but I don't really see how that would be easy to do since the wiring is only like an inch long. So I'm going to stick some more faces on and I'll put you back on in a sec. This one looks like it's going to be kind of a challenge. Since we've got to go over... Nope, maybe. Okay, we'll go over the reset peg first. Oh, this is not easy. This is definitely tedious. And the last one. I wonder how good all this water is for the gauges. Still have no idea how they want you to do this with it connected. All right. Stick this on here. Looks pretty good. All right, let me see if I can backlight this somehow. I don't know if you can tell, but I hot wired the back of the cluster, and they look pretty good. So let me put this thing back together, and we'll stuff it in the truck. One more thing, this is also a good time to make sure all your bulbs work. Those two are dead. And of course you can go to the back of the cluster and hit up what you want to check. So turn signal, high beam. There you go. Alright, and there's the cluster installed. I have to get some bulbs for this guy, because down here is the water and fuel and wait to start and maintenance lights, and there was only one bulb in there, so I got to get those. So until I get them, I'm not going to bother putting the dash back together. So anyhow, the sun came out, and I'm going to start buttoning the front of this truck up. I've already started to tidy up the wiring, tie this all down. I just have to sort out this stuff over here. That's for the snowplow. And then we can drop in the intercooler, the transcooler, and the condenser, and the radiator. So let me do a little bit of that, and I'll put you back on in a bit. Alright, well, it seemed to have turned out to be a nice day now. We're getting really close now. Got the intercooler in, and the condenser, transcooler. The transcooler looks a little shabby, but to see if I can find another one. So I don't know how much longer that one's going to last. So I didn't bother doing anything with it paint-wise. So I just got to chuck the intercooler pipes in from there down to the bottom here. And on the other side, I neatened up all the wiring there. I just got to put a little split loom over that one little piece there. Drop the radiator in, and maybe I'll try starting it without the whole exhaust in it. So put you back on in a bit. So another thing I wanted to mention was that these clamps here, they were kind of crappy looking. I wanted to get new ones, but they're like 20 bucks a piece, and I need, I guess, 7 of them. So what I did in the interim was I got the nuts off, and I ran a thread cleaner over them, and I went and bought new nuts. So I think for the 70 cents I spent a piece for these nuts, I think that's a viable alternative until I decide to get new clamps. I think that'll work fine. So anyhow, restoring old clamps. Alright, so I buttoned everything up, and I will admit that I did start it already, but let me show you. So I had to get the trans fluid adjusted and the power steering and all that other stuff. So I just wanted to, get it fired up. It took 5 crank attempts. I guess with the fuel lines being totally empty, it makes a lot of sense. But yeah, it started right up without any wiring problems or anything. So I'm really happy about that. So anyhow, I guess I'm going to wrap it up for tonight. Maybe tomorrow I'll put the exhaust in. Yeah, that's it. So anyhow, thanks for watching the series, and I'll give you a video when she's driving. Talk to you later. Thanks for watching.